I won't even say I invest in a Ghanaian. I'm thinking I invest in another brother. I just try to be open to wherever the universe is taking me.
Okay.
You know, it's like, you know, you're on that, you've been on the ocean, you know, you're on the beach and the wave comes. You're trying to ride that wave.
Yeah,
You know?
trying to surf.
It takes you wherever it takes you, you know, but it's the current that takes you.
Right.
You know, so I'm here, you're like, okay, why Ghana, why here? I don't know. I noticed when I got here, you know, everybody charged for water. I know what, we're not going to do that. We're going to give them free water, spring water, let them drink. Why are we, even though it's going to cost me. And let them know that we're really sincere about our customer. In Africa, entrepreneurship should have a different twist to it than it is in the West, where, you know, everything's about me, myself, and I. Let me get that money. Let me get this money.
That's Sinku and Christian. Could you tell us how you guys met?
For me, I have to say this. You know, how we met was, to me, it was a miracle. I think he's on a mission.
Okay.
And his mission here is to come free some people. And this real deep to me because when I met him, when COVID hit hard, I then decided to go into car business.
Okay.
So one day, you know, I had a request. It's so amazing, man. I took them.
Uber?
Uber.
Okay.
Man, like, you know, I was trying to, you know, make my bread.
Yeah.
So I picked it up and they asked me a question. Like, do you know Kwame Nkrumah?
Okay.
I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what do you think about him? I said nice things. Like, I wish he was alive. We talked and it started all from there.
Okay. Just like that.
Just like that.
They met in an Uber, guys. How crazy is that? What was it like starting the business? And how did the idea come about?
So as we begin to like have our conversation like on a regular, you know, he'll pick me up and we'll, hey, what's going on? And he'll start talking about, you know, some things, and we start talking about business and everything. And he's like, hey, I don't know. I have this spot. You know, he didn't tell me it was, you know, some family spot. He just said, I have this spot, man, you may be interested in. You know, that's an entrepreneur spirit in him, you know. Like I said, let me get him motivated, you know. So basically, he brought me over to Pickthorn Junction area, and I'm like, I don't know the area, you know. I see a lot of traffic.
Right.
But it looked very desolate over here, you know.
It was
so
scratch, man.
from there, you know, go ahead.
Terrible. It's a miracle. It was dead road. Yeah, it was like nothing. Honestly, I brought him. I didn't tell him it was like a family thing, but like, you know, I wanted him to do it so bad. I wanted him to help. Anybody could have said no to me.
Yeah.
But he said yes.
Yeah.
He said, let's do it. I see him to be one of the greatest, in my opinion.
Right.
One of the greatest people who can actually take risk.
Right.
He took the risk. He didn't know me from anywhere. For me, he's my hero.
Yeah.
I have to admit. To me, if someone wants a great architect, I think they should come to me. No, I'm not. Because like, that's to me.
Embellishment.
No,
but you know what? It sounds good though. You know?
True. I really, but on the real, I really appreciate him because we actually moved from here to there.
He's talking about how you took a big risk, you know, on him, and you know, a lot of people. We watch Shark Tank, you know, on TV, and we see all these people doing the maths and saying, okay, 3% of ROI on this business is gonna be that, and they say, okay, based on the mathematics, I think this business is feasible and all of that. But now you talking to a guy who says, you know, I don't know so much about business, but I believe this could work, and you just buy that. Like, there's no logic behind that. So what was that trigger? You know?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's logic, but I don't necessarily, it's a gamble, it's a risk too. So the thing is, for myself, there's a lot of components that go into starting a business, having an entrepreneur mindset. It's a mindset. So we all have the potential to be entrepreneurs.
Right.
Because in me, well, when I see entrepreneurship, I see it's like, in a primitive way, maybe we like are hunters.
Right.
And so we're all really hunters.
Right.
So a hunter got to go and get his prey. Or got to go find the meat or whatever to bring back for the family.
Right.
Or for the village, for the people, you know. So in a society where now we have been taught not to hunt, but to depend on someone else to give us a job.
Right.
And give us the education.
Right.
We kind of begin to lose some of those natural instincts to hunt. So to me, entrepreneurship is nothing but being a hunter. And we all have those instincts. If we don't allow people to take them away from us. So, and I was sharing with Christian, let's explore that. Let's open that up now. You know, I wanted him to get involved to understand that concept. And I think to me, if you get caught up in, oh, I want to be rich, I want a car, I mean, hey, that could be a part of it. But to me, in Africa, entrepreneurship should have a different twist to it than it is in the West, where, you know, everything's about me, myself, and I. Let me get that money. Let me get this money. It should be about the collective whole. You know, what is good for the people of Africa, not just Ghana, not just in Accra, but the people, not just Elway or Ashanti, but I'm talking about African people worldwide. What is important for us? What can we do to service each other to bring us to the level where we can eat, we can survive, we can create a family that will be able to help the next generation to come up with ideas so we can really prosper and not depend on other people to take care of us. Because right now, we have been trained to be a dependent people. Entrepreneurship has to do with power. And power has nothing to do with necessarily money. But power is the ability to control your reality and have others to respond to that reality as if it was their reality. That's real power. And so we all can empower ourselves. We don't need money. So there's a misconception of entrepreneurship, of business, being creative, that you need money. Oh, if I get my money, then I'll create. But once I get my money, I'll do this and that. It's the state of mind. It's about empowering the people.
What was the first step, like, you guys realized you had to take? Because prior to this, I think none of you guys have built a bar and grill, have you?
No.
Exactly. So how'd you figure what step to take first?
What I did, like, you know, like, we're online now, right? So you can go like, man, let's find a structure. So we went to like looking at container. Like, maybe we can do it inexpensively with container and still building a structure or something. Because I was looking on YouTube many times, I haven't seen people in America and even in other countries using container to build.
Right.
And the price seemed to be like, oh, it's not that much as it would to be a brick and mortar, you know? So I'm like, oh, okay. So we began to like just to go through different YouTube and looking at containers.
Right.
I'm like, oh, I think we can do this here. You know, the cost is, you know, won't be that much, you know. But you know, it costs though. But
it costs.
You know, that's how the beginning.
Yeah,
so
true.
wait, I let him like continue.
So one thing they also really wanted was to use our local guys.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's all about employment.
I'm telling you. So we actually went to Tema trying to see if we could get some of the foreign containers. Like, you know, we went there. Prices were ridiculously like high. We were like, what?
Expensive.
Really expensive.
Could you give us like a rough estimate of how much those containers could cost?
25,000.
Wow, north of 25,000.
25,000, 20,000, coming to 15,000.
Wow.
It was high.
For a container.
But then they also made us understand COVID hit so hard, and due to that they actually increased everything.
Okay.
You know, like, Christian, you know what? That's it. Let's go and get our local guys to build this thing up. And I go, okay, fine. I know a guy. Let me try.
Okay.
Let's see. Then we decided to get this metal, guy who built the whole thing.
How'd you figure was the next thing you're supposed to do?
You know, we had to find some quality contractors, and we had to come up with like how large we want the kitchen, or how large we wanted the bar area. So we just had to come up with some, figures and numbers, and we just like, okay, what do we want in it? We want a small kitchen. Do we want what type of grill that we want to cook on? I mean, we didn't know. We just had to do a little homework.
Right.
But so we quickly started putting that together, putting up what type of floors, and hey, let's do glass around the rooftop, and let's put some bamboo. So we quickly just started coming up with ideas, because the concept just kind of, it just kind of came as we kept building.
Right.
We didn't totally come up with the concept initially, because sometimes life is that way. Sometimes you just gotta sit back and let it come to you.
You got the container on lockdown. You have a contractor come in and whip up numbers and ideas on how the whole construct's gonna look like. So now, how do you figure out employees and the other stuff? So, how was hiring like?
Employees, hiring. Like everything is difficult sometimes. When for myself, you know, culture is different from here than in the Americas, you know, and so people work differently, people want different things, the needs are different, you know, so how do we interview? Who are we looking for? So Christian, I'll let him talk about that.
Sure. So it's true because so then we actually printed a banner.
Yeah, hiring banner.
Yeah, hiring banner. Yeah,
Okay.
sure. So then we start getting people in. We start making some calls, you know, trying to see if, you know, maybe a friend can also recommend somebody good. Then we get all these people in and start interviewing them. Even though we're trying to employ people, but we're actually mindful of one thing. We actually looking forward to employ people who are ready to work, who appreciate themselves.
Right.
You know, for now I can say I think I have the best team
Okay.
ever.
Okay.
Like, you
It's
know,
a nice crew, you know.
I'm telling you, they're really nice,
hardworking.
hardworking.
And they, you know, they seem to be the type of individuals who want change, you know, not just satisfied with how things are, you know.
Okay.
And so that was one of the prerequisites that we were looking for
Right.
in workers. Are you willing to adapt?
Okay.
Can you change?
Okay.
You know, what do you want? You want more. You know, so they kind of bought into the philosophy, you know.
Right.
So that's really good. Yeah.
Right. Have you guys ever had one challenge during this whole construction process where you like, oh man, like I can't believe this happened. Like there's like maybe you probably lost some money or like maybe you I don't know like what's like we're looking for challenges here, like you know.
Sure.
I don't know if I tell the truth or tell a lie.
Okay.
For me, I tell
Be
you
like
the
you know, a Western entrepreneur. You know, got to tell lies about it.
No.
Now, honestly,
Tell
you know,
the truth.
there's always been, you know, there's always challenge, you know, in
Right.
business. You know, for me, if I can have to think of one, there's many, but one I think I can think of more so. The biggest challenge would probably be the contractor getting them to finish the task. You know, like they start something and then do not finish the task. And so we got to wait and got to get, maybe you had to get another one. So to me, that's major because it made the time to stretch longer, you know, the process. You know, the process became more than we should. So to me, that's probably been the biggest challenge, challenges that we have faced
Okay.
in building this structure.
What brought you to Ghana in the first place, Thank
Just a change of pace from America. You know, I've been there all my life. You know, the struggles are there as well, just like it's here. But, you know, the trauma is there. So after a while, you know, you're tired of that trauma. You know, it could be oppression, racism, or be it police brutality, or just the mere Western civilization lifestyle. You know, after a while, you can become like so delusional that you're out of your mind. So I'm like, I'm just trying to find some peace.
Right.
So that's why I'm here in Ghana. I come here, you know, and I share with Christian. Peace is not necessarily you're going to find this oasis and everything. You know,
Right.
peace is in the midst of everything that's going on. You know, you're able to find that inner self and that reflection and tranquility
Yeah.
to coexist with everything.
Yeah.
That's peace for me. You know, not
Finding your
necessarily,
truth.
oh, I'm going to get rich.
Okay.
Or the brother and sister, you know, going to be like supporting everything I do and say. I didn't come with that attitude. I understand that we're suffering in the diaspora, we're suffering here, you know, because we're facing a lot of challenges. So, and it's real. So I knew it was going to be real over here. It's just different from the challenge in the West.
Yeah.
But it's basically we're facing the same enemies. So
Okay.
that's big, you know, and so
Right.
we had to understand that. You
Right.
know?
So if someone's watching right now, I mean, they be like, no, but like it's easy for you to say you've been there, you've done that, you know, you don't see in America, and we call it abroad trade out yet. What would you say to that person who's like, okay, I don't know what he's saying, but like from what I see in the movies, there's a lot of opportunity. Like, so what he talking about? Like, that's where I need to go get my bread. I can't make it out in Ghana. So what's that one thing you could tell that person right about now?
Oh, you know, it's still like a individual choice. You know, if you want to go to America and think that you can find work and you know, get money, maybe ship it back or come back and live maybe differently. I can't really judge and say exactly should you go to America or not. You know, because every experience is good. You know, America is not going to be flowing with milk and honey, though.
Right.
I'm just saying that, you know. And there's trade-offs, you know. In Ghana, you can have peace and maybe a little freedom, you know. In America, you can have money, but no peace.
Right.
You know, so you have to be able to weigh those. Like, do you don't want to lose my mind and get money?
Okay.
Because America, you know, there's so much traps, you know, but you don't have to be in America now because the phone is so close.
Yeah.
You can get on the phone and get trapped, and you have that American attitude,
Yeah.
the Western attitude where
Yeah.
you can get trapped basically just on the phone.
Yeah.
And you want, I want that money. I want, you
Yeah.
know, and I keep saying money because to me, every time I hear an entrepreneur, the young one,
Yeah, secure that bag.
I want to secure that bag, you know. But you know, and maybe it's just me. It's not that I read a book on this or manual or
Right.
went to school. This is just my experience. So
Right.
it's just mine. I'm not saying it worked for everybody, but to me,
Yeah.
again, it is not the money. Remember, there's been so much was built without it. One of the biggest tricks in history is we think that entrepreneurship is based upon money. It's really based upon, again, the concept to create realities.
Yeah.
And once we understand as an African, we won't be so quick to leave our farms
Right.
and leave our land, you know, and try to go find it in America or in the West sometime. I think you're like, know what? Let me create here.
Okay.
And let me create an infrastructure that will work for my family here on the domain that I have here. You know, and if we did that collectively, we'll be able to use these resources correctly that we ship out or give away because we don't care about, because we want to try to get the dollar bill.
Yeah.
So we have basically traded the dollar bill for all these resources and all
Right.
this beauty and all this land, all the water and the nature. So
Yeah.
I think that I tell the young people, even though, like, in my opinion, just try to understand what power is. You know, try to understand that power is to control your reality,
Right.
and the power of self-empowerment. It's already inside of you. And as I was telling you, we all hunters. Just got to come back to the flow of being that hunter again, and you got to find that space.
Okay. The nuggets is just too much, you know. So yeah, we talk about entrepreneurship, and now let's talk about dreams and ambitions for the business. Now y'all talk about the struggle in setting up Galaxy Bar and Grill. So what's the future for the business? Where you guys heading at?
Our goal is like to make sure our workers are able to take care of their families, you know, trying to make a living for themselves, and they're happy. They own their own houses and cars, you know, it will be a big blow.
Yeah, and I see it too the same way. But just to add that, you know, customer service, we wanted to bring a new twist
Okay.
to customer service. We wanted to give our people love, you know, and we want to give them the best service that you can possibly get. You know, I noticed when I got here, you know, everybody charged for water. I know what, we're not going to do that. We're going to give them free water, spring water, let them drink. Why? Even though it's going to cost me, you know, but that's the first thing. Let them know that we're really sincere about our customer. Make sure that they're happy. Give them the atmosphere where they can come out and feel good to be African.
Yeah.
To feel good to be, to relax from work and with their family, and to worry about, you know, you playing some raunchy music to degrade our women or to try to make a thug out of a brother. You know, let's create music that will bring also the unity and happiness and the flow. So to me, the future would be that customer service, but the food too. Like, okay, why not give them some revolutionary food? I heard a cousin say, my cousin, his name is Todd. He said, man, the next revolution in the world is not going to be with a gun.
Yeah.
It's going to be with food.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
And I can see that happening. Have you had a Beyond Meat?
I know. I heard that, but we have to be careful too. Because basically, because food is what, you know, sustain us, and now they have engineered it to the point where, you know, we don't know what we're eating, we don't know what it done, what it can do to us neurologically, so, or our body, we don't know. So we know that we're in the chess game here.
Right.
So we don't want to get checkmate by eating stuff that that can destroy us.
I like that.
Or and in the same sense, we want to be able to checkmate those who try to destroy us,
Right.
to giving us poison. So
Right.
let's create food
Organically.
organically. So we try to hey, let's have some fresh fries. Don't go and buy the frozen.
Yeah.
Don't. I know people use Maggie a lot. Nothing against necessarily people who cook it,
Yeah.
but what is the natural way to put the different seasoning in food without having an MSG and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
So slowly we're trying to develop that. So to me, that's the future of the galaxy.
A lot of people are going to disagree because Maggie gives a different kind of taste, and you want it. It's like you want more, but I tell you,
that dopamine, it's addictive.
I'm telling you, but I guarantee you, that if you come to Galaxy Bar and Grill, all we do is fresh.
Oh
It's
boy.
organic. Like I'm telling you, you have smoothies, we have juice, all are fresh. Our food is fresh. Let's talk about everything we have in there is fresh.
Yeah.
I guarantee you guys need to come and check it out. Like we have the best chef ever.
Okay.
Customer service is on point.
Okay.
The environment is conducive. We have just let them come. We are on Google Maps.
Google Maps, yeah.
You just
Put that in.
Put that in.
Yeah.
Galaxy Bar and Grill.
Brings you right,
And
yeah.
It brings you right. Yeah, it's not far from Accra Girls Secondary School.
Okay.
And I tell you, it's a place. If you want to have a great experience ever.
Yeah.
You guys, if you want to chill.
Yeah.
And want to listen to good music,
Yeah.
have great customer service.
Yeah. Okay.
You need to come to Galaxy Bar.
Yeah. The passion in which this guys are speaking with, it's not something you can fake, It's just, it's just natural, talking about liberation and all of that, talking about how they want employees to, have a better life for themselves. Like this transcends into the food, and he talking about having the best chef ever. Like, look, that word ever, like that's a serious claim. Like, dude, like there's a lot of chefs in the world. Like,
bet you, man.
he says ever.
We got a few chefs that I think that is really, really good. We got some of them are vegan, some of them.
Say that again. A fuel chef?
Yeah, we got 3 chefs.
What does that mean? A fuel chef?
Meaning that we got 3 chefs that's working on duty at the same time.
Oh.
We have what they call a sous chef, then we have the lead chef, and then we have a chef that
We all about learning. So let's break that down again. Sous
like
chef.
a sous chef. Those are the ones who create the seasoning and blah for the food.
Okay.
How it's going to taste, how it's going to look. The one take
I never knew that.
Yeah,
sure.
the other chef are taking it and cook it and make sure that it's doing right. Then the one makes pass it on to the cooks. And we got 2 cooks too.
Exactly.
So, and this is really small. We only got 20 by
40.
14 square feet in that kitchen. So all of that is coming out of that little square area, So that's the gift of the ancestor, them giving us some revolutionary food. But before I like to say this too, because even though you see 2 males, there have been like women who, before I met him, I was able to meet him because I met them, and they helped with finding like also individuals to help us achieve these goals of building this. And Warren, her name was Mama Sewa, have really helped us out, with meeting the right people. One was named Jewel. I can't think of Jewel's last name, but Jewel has been great. She's a chef herself.
Okay.
She helped us like what we should do. Helped us with the concept of it. The other one is
and this relationship just came naturally.
yeah, naturally. I'm meeting people.
Yeah.
One was Akosia OC. She helped a lot with concept and hey, this is what you guys should do. Very business-minded individual. One was Firuza Jawala. They just helped. I wouldn't have met him if it wasn't for her. Writing to trying to find a place or land or something. They just kind of believed in me.
Right.
And so I just appreciate them, because not everything will go perfect, but I just appreciate that the Creator gave us the experience to meet those individuals to lead us him and I right now.
Yeah, and just to add to what he just said, what I could pick off of that is meeting all these people had to do with building relationships, and you
Yeah.
could not build relationships in your room. Listen, I'm talking to you. You in that couch. You under the blanket. Yeah, you with the Netflix. You with the DSTV. Yeah, you playing FIFA. You doing all the stuff you want to do, doing your Game of Thrones binging and all of that. You can't create relationships in your room. You got to go out there. You got to meet people. You got to ask questions. You got to be curious, inquisitive. Like, you just got to be out there. Put yourself out there, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And Naomi too. I forgot Naomi.
yeah,
Really
Okay.
well supported.
Who's that?
Another individual who worked at a restaurant was helping us, like, try this here. This is important. You need to go, get this from the government. Blah
Okay.
blah blah.
Right.
So
Okay.
he has been really supportive. So
Yeah.
and I had to honor that. You just want to do that because these are people who have wasn't for them, we won't be here talking.
Right,
Exactly.
right, man. Listen, you guys are just very humble guys, and look at how they give credit to all these people, and being able to remember them by name just shows that you appreciate everything they had done for the business, and I just like being around people with lots of positive energy. Okay, and I suppose you should try doing that as well. So get around people that are like-minded. If you want to come from that place of fulfillment, that place of peace, being around nature and being able to connect with people in a very true form, then all you have to do is start thinking this way. And what he said is, don't be about the money, be about the service. Be about the power of relationship. Be about creating something better than how you encountered it. If I met a person and I give them a job, my intention is not just to give them a job for giving a job's sake, but I want to make their lives better. I want them to be able to feed their families and take care of their kids and all of that. And it's something we just hold dear to our hearts. And I keep thanking you guys, and I'm not gonna stop because it's amazing.
And we thank you too, brother, for
Yeah.
giving us the opportunity to be able to share this idea because that's amazing what you're doing.
Right.
So just as part of the synergy right now,
Right,
that
right.
it's beautiful that we thank the Creator for allowing us to have
Yeah,
this.
that's
They
amazing.
need to watch your channel. They need to.
Thanks,
It's a
thanks.
necessity.
Your humility is off the charts. So where'd you get that from?
I don't know. I think that's just part of an African instinct.
Okay.
I think that's part of the culture that we have created, a long time ago. I think that communalism is a part of that, learn how to appreciate the group, everybody, it's not really necessarily about the individual, and so when you take away, our ego and the individual, we end up understanding that it's for the collective, so what is good for all of us, or the collective, is good for the individual, and so that helped take away that ego, and so I just try to, tune into what's already there. So I don't want to act like there's something intellectual about me and we came up with this magical thing. No.
Yeah.
Try to tune in. The more we tune into that,
Yeah.
I think it's easier to communicate,
Yeah.
to understand the process. Even within the midst of the trauma, what we're trying to find, we say again, peace with each other.
Right.
For me, I believe I'm a servant.
Okay.
Yeah, and I believe that before you become even a leader, you have to serve.
Okay.
I actually was inspired by my father, my late
Yeah.
father, Stephen Dobe. For him, he was a simple man. He wanted everybody to be happy. And he actually would lay down his life for people.
If you're coming here for the first time and you're liking the channel so far, make sure you smash that like button, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button so you can get more stuff from us, and hit the notification bell as well so you can just know when we drop new content just like this one. But before we go, I'd like to end off with something you could give to the viewer watching, like Adjoa, Akosa, James, Jennifer, Lawrence, Laurentia, whoever's watching right now. I'm just calling random names, by the way. So if that's your name, hey, listen, I just whip it up. So if you want to say something to the viewer, like what would that be? Like that one thing they could take away.
If you believe in yourself, you have to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
You have to think outside the box. You have to say, I want to do it. And you have to have that spirit. And that spirit we call African rising.
Okay.
It means you have to rise.
Okay.
you have to say it's time for me to rise.
Go get it.
Go get it. And this is our motto here.
Okay.
It's like African rising.
Okay.
And you know, you rising is not just rising, you're rising to the tax.
Okay.
And you're saying, I want to do it.
Yeah.
And you keep on saying, you know, we say that if I want something, you need to get it. That's the hunter spirit.
You started talking like him right about now.
So you need to get that spirit, and you know, you can do it.
I like that. I like that. I like that. I like that. So, Sinky, what you want to tell the viewers watching?
You know, just go for your dreams. You know, to me, you know, that's just my perspective. Life is, you know, it's kind of a very weird and wacky thing. You know, so I was telling him the other day, you know, when I dream something, it seems like it happened. And you know, you've been in that dream where everything's going good, you don't want to get out of it.
Yeah.
So
too many, I guess.
You know, so those are dreams that we want to, you know, to me, I think that when life may just be, it may not even be real, it may just be a dream, right? So if it's a dream or not, if it's a dream, let's try to make it the best dream and make it last as long as we can. That would be my motto, you know, go dream your dream and live your dreams.
Okay. I appreciate having you guys on the show. Like, you know, it's amazing. Like,
likewise, brother.
Yeah,
I
man.
really appreciate the opportunity to be able to speak with you and
Right.
to give us our little synopsis of what we're trying to do here.
Right,
you know?
right,
So,
yeah.
We appreciate the cameraman.
Yeah, Kalinas.
And,
Yeah, he's an amazing guy.
Yeah, I mean, you know,
Yeah.
we appreciate everyone, you
Yeah.
know, ancestors, everybody who are part of this.
It was a dream? Huh. But you hear what he said. Go dream your dream and leave your dream.